Will Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen.
It's all started in February during an appearance on the Gills Arena podcast, where Swoops shared how she felt Clark would have a tough time adjusting to the professional life in the WNBA. The buzzing started when she downplayed Clark's ability to become the NCAA's all-time leading scorer because she was granted an extra season due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record? I don't know.
You think exactly how
I don't think so, but yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be. And I don't think it should be.
These demeaning comments brought Sheryl under fire along with her inaccurate assertion about Caitlin Clark. Swoops suggested Clark played 5 college seasons and took over 40 shots per game and called Caitlin a 25-year-old.
She's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Like, you should be killing them. Because you've been doing it a lot longer than they have.
A flat-out lie, obviously. Reality check is, Caitlin Clark was just a 22-year-old who played 4 years while averaging 22.7 shots per game, not 40 shots like Sheryl asserted.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Fans of Caitlin Clark in Iowa weren't having any of her comments as they turned up in the next game wearing a merch that said, "Don't be a Sheryl" on them. Was it the just Sheryl inaccuracies, or is there that meets the eye? Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Sheryl's comments have become a wildfire among the WNBA community and social media, forcing her to share a screenshot of her private message with Caitlin on her X. The text reads, "Hey Caitlin, I wanted to personally reach out to you and say I made a mistake on what a year this is for you. COVID has me all confused. LOL. I also have nothing but respect for you and your game and appreciate your skill. Congrats on everything you have accomplished thus far. Be blessed." With Clark also replying, "No worries at all. I really appreciate you reaching out and there's no hard feelings. I appreciate all you have done for women's basketball and for inspiring girls like me and building the foundation and platform we have today." If this olive branch was going to cut Sheryl some slack, she broke it with her exclusion of Caitlin name as part of the force behind the Indiana turnaround this season. On an episode of her podcast, Queens of the Court, Swoops discussed the Fever's winning streak and rise in the WNBA standings. She offered her praise to Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, and Alia Boston, but failed to mention Caitlin Clark's efforts in the episode, a move that didn't sit well with Stephen Smith, calling the 3-time WNBA MVP insane.
Sheryl Swoops, you have any idea how that makes you look? You have any idea how that serves to stain any kind of critique of Caitlin Clark, because that gives fodder to those who believe she's being hated on and ostracized to some degree? Do you realize that, Sheryl Swoops, you're insane to do that?
In the video, Sheryl Swoops was seen defending her self-statements and affirming her respect for Caitlin Clark.
I have no issues with Caitlin. Her breaking the record, I think obviously is a tremendous accomplishment. But I think what Caitlin has done for not just college basketball, but for women's basketball, period, I think has been great. The following, people watching the game, sellouts that we haven't seen ever.
What a twist of events! But we are not done yet. After DeShield's flagrant foul on Clark, Swoops took to her page to send an encouraging message to the Sky Guard. Swoops said, "Head up, kid, hate will not win. You are covered, and ain't nothing these evil people can do about that. All love for you." The message was intended to rally support for D Shield's recovery for a tumor treatment. Shortly after, Swoops was removed from the broadcast due to her sentiments. In a follow-up conversation on the Stephen A. Smith Show, a longtime friend of Sheryl and a WNBA legend, Nancy Lieberman, talked about the foul on Caitlyn and her impact on the WNBA, making reference to Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
What Caitlyn Clark has done for the game is generational, and I just, as a baller to a baller, I just want to say thank you to you, Caitlyn Clark.
Absolutely.
For just lifting our game up, you and so many great players. But what you're doing, you're going to make all these women multimillionaires one day, like Tiger did, like Michael Jordan did. And we shouldn't hate on her. We should celebrate her, not tolerate her.
She later revealed how Caitlyn Clark ended her friendship with Sheryl.
I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you know, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you know, you might like Boston, I might like the Yankees. You know, it's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone, and I was like, Sheryl, you know, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life. I'd rather have her in it.
Once again, Clark has proven to be a dynamite, erupting rifts between the two legends in women's basketball. Despite all the vitriol against Sheryl Swoopes and her off-color comments against Caitlyn Clark, Sheryl still remains one of the most decorated players in WNBA history. The former Houston Comets legend was one of the league's first superstars upon its inception in 1997, winning 3 straight MVPs and leading the Comets to 4 titles during her career. In 2013, Swoops became the women's basketball coach at Loyola University in Chicago. In 2017, she returned to Texas Tech University, serving as director of player development for the women's basketball team before being named an assistant coach. Swoops was a 5-time All-WNBA first-team selection, and she won 3 Olympic gold medals as a member of the U.S. women's basketball team, 1996, 2000, and 2004. Gott was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2016. Despite her antics and subtle jabs at the Iowa Star, Sheryl Swoopes is still a respected name in the WNBA, a respect that hasn't gone unnoticed by the raving sensation Caitlyn Clark. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get insider and latest updates on the WNBA.